1 second. Our audio level's good. Let me see. Just trying to make sure my audio level is good. Hey, everything sound good? He says he talks to his kids. All right. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Boy, the Great Patriot here, DGP, back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. And in this video, as you guys see from the title, we're going to talk about the dominating performance that we just exemplified just now. Defeated the Steelers 33-3. Didn't even allow a touchdown this game. And man, did I tell you something? You see the shirt? Still here. We're still here. Appreciate everybody coming through. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's talk about this game. So, first things first, offense domination, just all around dominating. Offense looked pretty good. We didn't really do much in the run game per se, as much as I thought we were going into the year. But Tom Brady was dialing up the Steelers. They was playing man coverage defense. He was dialing that up, zone coverage defense. And I was looking on Twitter. People were saying, how come they're always just wide open underneath? That's all about the play calling. That's all about the adjustments. And so, we dominated on offense, man. The line of scrimmage, Isaiah Wynn did an excellent job holding TJ Watt, Bud Dupree. Those are not, one of the, I guess guys that you'll consider top three of the upper echelon of rushers, but they are pretty decent linebackers and air rushers, pretty decent guys, especially TJ Watt. And Isaiah Wynn held his own again. This was his first NFL game ever in terms of meaningful games. He played somewhat last year in the preseason, got hurt towards Achilles, and he's back in the NFL, man. He's back playing. Was our first one pick last year, and he looked excellent as being our left tackle. Looks like that, him, with Trent Brown leaving, he really didn't miss a beat going into this game today. So did pretty good with that. Offense, to talk about the weapons, Julian Edelman, MV Jules picked up where he left off in the Super Bowl. Philip Dorsett took the top of the defense twice. One of them, the safety was looking in the backfield, was expecting to run, but hey, it is what it is. We still got to make the catch, still got to make the throw. Philip Dorsett did an amazing job. Josh Gordon, last season, Josh Gordon might be one of my favorite receivers on the New England team in my whole life. It'll probably go Randy Moss. Well, I don't know. It'll probably go Edelman, Randy Moss, and then I'll probably put either Deion Branch or Josh Gordon right there. Josh Gordon definitely up there in terms of favorite guys. I root for Josh Gordon, man. I hope he gets the help that he needs, and I hope that he's on the field because as you saw with that touchdown, man, he's just looking like a grown man. He doesn't have the speed that he did when he first came into the league, but he was still pretty effective. Again, he had a deep pass too, in about triple coverage, took the hit from the safety, held on for it, didn't even think twice about it. And, with him, Phil Dorsett looking good, Julian Edelman. And again, we don't even have a tight end yet, really. And so with those weapons, James White out the backfield, and then we add Antonio Brown. Man, this offense is looking very scary. I'm telling you right now, the whole, defenses in the NFL next year is going to look really, really scary. Yeah, Jacoby Myers had an excellent catch too. Again, he's a fan favorite from the team. But let me look at the chat a little bit and see how toxic this kid. They ain't gonna get too toxic. Burkhead Rambo, yes, Rex Burkhead, and y'all know it's been documented. I haven't been the biggest Rex Burkhead fan, more so just because I love Deion Lewis so much, and just Rex Burkhead took away Deion Lewis from us, made it easy for us to get rid of him. But I mean, since the AFC Championship, I guess when he ran a testing in, I was, I've been more open and been like, you know what, and let me not be too hard on Rex Burkhead. It's not his fault that Deion Lewis isn't here. Let's, just accept it. And Rex Burkhead made two people miss, did an excellent job. Here comes Markel. What's up? Yes, sir. Fire on offense, fire on defense. Speaking of defense, let me go on the defense side. Enough of the offense because this was a total team effort. And I can say so much about the offense, and I can talk about how great Brady was and how great the offensive line was. But let's give love to everybody because again, this was a team effort. That offense, that linebacking core, swarming to the football. Gerard Mayo, former great Patriot linebacker, our linebackers coach, man, was swarming to the football today. our defensive line was getting a little somewhat pressure. Really didn't get Roethlisberger to the point where I wanted to. We did kind of force him out the pocket, force him to make quick throws, and he said, "Cool." See, and Gunner is fantastic at punt return. Yeah, Gunner was good on punt return too. But we was forcing Roethlisberger to make quick reads. Pressure was getting there, and our secondary man, Devin McCourty, was the closer today. Normally it's Deron Harmon that gets those closer in this session, but it was Devin McCourty today. He did a good job. Jason McCourty did a great job too. As well, yeah, just a lot to digest. Facts. It's a lot, man. Because going into this season, everybody says the Patriots are going to do this, Patriots are going to do that. But if you know the Patriots, especially in September, because we have all these new pieces, we really don't do well in September. We typically have slow Septembers. And the fact that we came with the hitting home run, was on fire, ready to go after it, I love it. So, our secondary play, excellent, man. Jonathan Jones, who just got that extension about a couple days ago, 3 years, $21 million. He played well today, had a couple pass breakups. Jason McCourty had a couple bad pass breakups. Gilmore did his thing, although he did get called for a holding. I wasn't that big of a fan of, but something about I realized with Gilmore, especially too, he's a man coverage corner. He plays aggressive. You're going to get those kind of penalties as long as it doesn't cost us in the grand scheme of things. Devin McCourty did his thing. And so basically our motto was Juju Smith-Schuster, you're the new number one receiver. We're going to treat you like one. You want to know what it's like to be Antonio Brown week in, week out, getting double teams, getting the best man coverage corner on you week in, week out. This is just a little bit what we're going to do, and that's exactly what we did, man. Took away Juju Smith-Schuster, really, who's a great wide receiver, and said, listen, Moncrief, James Washington, those guys are going to have to beat us. James Conner's not going to run the football. You want to know what it's like to be Le'Veon Bell? We're going to stack the box. We're going to force the issue. You're going to have to be able to run out and catch passes, and they weren't able to do that. I think, today, the Steelers, this was their first game without Bell and Brown officially. As you know, last year didn't have Bell, but it was always rumored that he was going to come back. So with them moving on with this new era, it just seemed like the Steelers were out of sync on offense and defense as well, too. Again, that's no shot at our team, but our team was just clicking, was on all cylinders. We had a couple mistakes that I wish we could have did better. But again, this team was fantastic. Special teams, excellent. Was able to track down on the punting. Bailey kind of started off slow. I think his first punt was like a 35-yard punt. Could have been better, but I think, he's going to get better too. And it's going to be weird seeing the right-footed punter because normally we like our punters left-footed. Well, Belichick does because it spins the ball differently. Again, that's just the little things Belichick pays attention to. Only Belichick would think about only having a left-footed punter. Maybe he picked a right-footed punter this time because people used to left-footed punter from us. So we'll see about that. Let's see, 33 points on a good defense without Brown. Yes, I know, absolutely absurd. Yeah, not good for the Steelers if Juju can't perform as a top receiver. Facts, man. If Juju can't, perform at a high level, this offense just won't win games. And again, so let's go down the list, man. I love how Josh McDaniels kind of opened up the playbook just a tad bit. We took a lot of shots down the field. We had to think about it's a 20-yard touchdown to Phil Dorsett. Took a deep shot to Josh Gordon. They were looking to throw the football down the field, and especially because we don't have a tight end, that was something good to see. And when you add Antonio Brown next week, or I don't know if they're going to give him the week off or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play next week. Whenever you do that, man, I love it. That double screen pass is right. I was just about to get to that, talking about the playbook. Man, I love when they use Edelman as a quarterback because it confuses the team, and also that double screen pass works out effectively. As you remember, we called that same play in the AFC Championship when Deion Lewis fumbled the football and Miles Jack recovered it, but they didn't call that a fumble. We like to use that play a lot. That's one of our plays, and I think that's the first time we really broke it out. Really, in that is I don't know what the heck was that. And that was the first time that we really broke it out. This early in the season. Normally we break that play like middle of the season, towards the end of the season. But Josh McDaniels said, no, we're going to show this play early on. I don't expect for us to run that play anytime soon, probably until the end of the regular season or start of the playoffs when we're in there. But yeah, play calling was great, offense was great, special teams, defense was great. That's pretty much the model of this. Again, it was a full team domination. Again, I don't even know if I can give one singular person the credit here. If I do, it will probably have to be, if I had to pick somebody on offense, I'd probably say Josh Gordon. I mean, obviously Brady's the obvious answer, but I'm trying to pick somebody different. Josh Gordon was pretty great. Let me go ahead and look at his stats real quick. Um, 3 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Did a pretty good job. Was pretty balanced. Rex Burkhead, if I had to pick another guy, he'd probably get a game ball. 8 carries, 44 yards. Also had 5 catches for 51 yards. So, maybe he gets some of the credit too. Phil Dorsett, another guy that can get some of the credit. He had, 4 catches, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, Phil Dorsett probably will get the play of the game because he was able to take the top of the defense a couple times. But you can also get, like I said, look at Rex Burkhead, look at Josh Gordon. It was just a well-balanced attack. And again, looking at the running numbers, you see Sony Michel, 15 carries, 14 yards, was not a factor at all. Anytime he was in the game, they were stuffing the run. But again, this is what the Patriots offense is. Some week, it'll be your week to go off. The next week, it won't be your week to go off. So week-to-week basis, maybe next week, Sonny Michel gets 18 carries for 100 yards. And then a week after that, he gets about 16 carries for 80 yards. It just goes week to week. It just goes that. So, yeah. Defense. I know Kel is happy about Jamie Collins is returning. He tied the team in tackle with 6. Devin McCourty, as well as Dante Hightower, each had 6 tackles as well. We had 1 sack, Dietrich Wise, and that was one of my players to watch for. I was like, is he going to be that guy? Is he going to be the person that we're going to look out for? And will he make that impact? And again, we didn't even have Kyle Van Noy in the offense game, who arguably is our second best linebacker. You can argue between him and Dante Hightower, but what he brings to the table, we didn't even have him today. And I don't think it was injury related, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's supposed to have the birth of his child this month or something. So I could be wrong. It could be injury related. And if you hear the train, don't mind that. That might be something that you start hearing more. I have no control over that. Let's see. Let me look at the comment section real quick. Let's see. That was kind of lost their star players. I think the Steelers game's plan to take. Yep, I think it was too, because they thought he was going to run football. Yep, I just thought about Van Noy. Without it, I can argue that Hightower's better than him, but that's the topic for another day. So. Hey man, I'll tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you about the Steelers, man. That was a bad week 1 for y'all. That wasn't a good look opening up. His wife's now. Okay, yeah. So I remember they were saying his wife was due this month. So his wife is in labor. Okay, cool. Well, whenever the baby's born, it'll probably be sometime at 2:00 in the morning or something. Because I saw him tweeting all the time. Early congratulations to your baby. Hope he comes out. He or she comes out healthy and happy. If you're listening, Calvin, and just thoughts and prayers with y'all, and just hope everything works out for the best for you guys. But back to the game. Enough of the off the field stuff. Back to the game. Now, the only issue. Now, let me go ahead and look this up right now. Let's see. Only one thing that we got to look out for is Marcus Cannon went down with a left arm injury. It looked like it was more so his wrist. Looking at the replay, he went to the tent immediately after he got up, threw his helmet down, was frustrated. Let me go ahead and see if we have an update on him, which I don't know if we do. Okay. Still doesn't look like we have an update on Marcus Cannon. Yeah. Still doesn't look like we have an update on Marcus Cannon. Again, bleeding shoulder. Okay, so it was his shoulder. Yeah, I think we're probably going to end up bringing in the right tackle, because again, we only dressed him and Isaiah Wynn today. We're pretty thin going to tackle position. And again, that was the reason why we was thinking about getting the Trent Williams. Remember, we had 3 guys retire this year, 3 tackles, Jared Veldier, a couple of the boys retired. Some people got hurt. Like, we just, it seems like last year was wide receivers where we were shuffling things and throwing things to the fire. This year is going to be the tackle position. So similar to last year, I think we're going to go ahead and trade for a right tackle, but we'll bring somebody in. Patriots. I am kind of 6'8", a little bit. I ain't played football in a little bit, but I can suit up. You know what I'm saying? If I just need somebody to, just get about 5 snaps in or so, just don't put me in the game that much. I ain't trying to be blamed for having them sack Brady, but other than that, let's see what it says. At least it wasn't 59-10. Yeah, Jesus, that was bad. Hope it's a bruise. Hope it's a bruise too. What do you think about heading in Miami? Will the Patriots struggle like they do in the past? In terms of that, we should not struggle the way the Miami team is right now. You even have players calling their agents saying that they're trying to get out. They're not trying to be part of this tanking team. The Dolphins are desperately trying to get Tua or Herbert or whatever. They're trying to get one of the quarterbacks. And they're just, they have like 4 first-round picks or like three or 2 first-round picks. They got a lot of picks coming in, so they're just trying to tank, get the best position as possible. We shouldn't have any issue there, but again, we're facing Brian Flores, old defensive coordinator for us. Will Belichick throw him a bone similar to Matt Patricia last year? Again, the Dolphins are tanking. I don't think we should struggle, but again, you never know. For some reason, it can be Matt Moore quarterback. It could be Chad Pennington. And plus, I think they're still going to start Ryan Fitzpatrick. So who knows what the Dolphins are going to do again. It just seems like for some reason, they always play the New England Patriots stuff. I just don't understand. I don't have an answer for it. This team is so stacked. I don't think so. With Brown playing and Miami's players turning on Flores, I expect Miami to lose badly. Yeah, I expect them to lose badly too. But again, you never know with Miami. For some reason, no matter who's on the team, they turn it on. What do you think of the other games today? Other games I thought was pretty good. Kyler Murray brought him back. If I was the coach for the Cardinals, I would have personally went for it on that 4th and 7 in overtime. My first year head coach, I'm probably not going to go to the playoffs anyway, and I know that. Why not set the tone, go for the gusto win? Kyler Murray brought us back. What else was I watching today? Falcons, they got to do a better job, man. They didn't look that good. Christian McCaffrey was a beast. Cowboys looked pretty good against the Giants. It was a lot of good football games. The Eagles came back, I should say. Lamar Jackson was killing it today. I know I joke and troll about him being a running back, but those who really know me, and I've said this numerous times, I hope he does, pretty good. I just, it's a lot of things that he has to get fixed. And I think the problem is some people don't realize it. And, some of the things I say about him could be looked as hate, but I think Lamar Jackson could be a good quarterback. I don't think he's, that performance that he did today. I don't expect him to do that again this season per se. But he had a pretty good start. He's a good confidence builder. And yeah, so pretty good confidence builder. But it was a good game today. Pats have an easy schedule in a division. Pats going to AFC East, no question. I'm still sorry. I mean, that's true, but also you look at the history of, if you go back to 2001, the division with the highest wins, excluding the division winners, is the AFC East. So I'm just saying, AFC East, you can say what you want, but maybe we just make them look bad. Again, I'm not saying they're the best, but they're not as bad as people think they are. I think the Dolphins are bad. The Bills are scrappy, and the Jets, they're kind of a wild card team. Who knows? They can easily go 8-8, 9-7. The Bills or the Jets. And then he said the Pats have an easy schedule. We face them. If you notice too, when you go to the playoffs a lot, and you constantly win your division, you face the best team from last year in the schedule. We don't make the schedule. It's kind of predetermined, pretty much. So I don't know what to tell you. Let's see if he addressed that. Really, yeah, his footwork. If he addressed that, and he's a little bit more accurate on some of his short throw passes. His deep throw passes, when he throws the football, it's not as bad. Them short throw passes, sometimes I'll be like, bruh, how do you not be able to throw a 3-yard pass? But yeah, what do you think of the biggest threat to the Patriots? Obviously, not today. Yeah, the biggest threat to the Patriots, I always say it is ourselves, because I feel like a focused and healthy Patriot team, and injuries are contingent on that too. That's the biggest threat. Just ourselves. Like, are we going to beat ourselves? But if I had to pick a team that's the biggest threat, I would say the Chiefs, just because, their offense, as you saw in the AFC Championship, we held the ball twice as much as they did, and they still were able to put up like 30-plus points against us because the offense can score like that. So I'll say the Chiefs, because they can score, even though we can hold the football for 45 minutes a game, they can still score 30 points in 15 minutes, as you saw last year. Let's see what else. Brady has higher win percentages against the NFC than any of the AFC divisions. Facts, exactly. That's true. So, I mean, we just win whoever we're playing. That's honestly true. Better than every other team. I guess the Chiefs, but they can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think the Chiefs can keep us with a healthy team. But again, this injury continue. You never know. That's why you got to play the game. That's why the Browns, everybody gassed them up. You got to lace up, buckle up your chin strap, put shoulder pads on, and go out there. And that was it. Pat Stevens is far better. Yeah, Pat Stevens is far better. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and talk about. Give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and talk about these grades that I typically do at the end of. Actually, before we get into grades, let's talk about Antonio Brown real quick. So, excuse me, Antonio Brown. These are the. And I'm gonna do this separately. As you go ahead, I made a video about my top 5 Patriots that I'm looking forward to, and the top 3 guys that I'm looking forward to. And I will have a video for that sometime this week, explaining, giving my critiques on the things that I saw. And I'll probably do it in the video, so I can kind of show some of the plays if I get them, rather than just talking about it on the stream. And also, I don't want this stream to be longer than it is because it's already late. I got work tomorrow. Y'all got things to do. Let me get y'all out of here. So let's go ahead and talk about the grades. Tom Brady, 24 for 36, 341 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. He gets an A. You know what I'm saying? Could be an A+ performance, but I'm not going to give him that too much. You know what I'm saying? You know, we expect this from Brady. This is the expected from Tom Brady. You know, 300+ yards, 3 TDs. This is what expected, but he did look nice. You know, 42-year quarterback with a noodle arm. I'm just saying, you know, the dynasty. I'm just saying, 42-year quarterback. I didn't think he can do that. I thought, you know, he was washed up for years. You know, he's washed. So, but he gets an A performance. Let's talk about the running back core. Rex Burkhead did his thing. James White did his thing. Sonny Michel got held up. If I had to give a grade for the running back core itself, they're going to get a B for this performance. Did a pretty decent job, but again, they shut down Sonny Michel. They made sure that he wasn't going to run the football. But Rex Burkhead picked up the slack. James White did a pretty decent job. You know, got to give him a B. It was a solid performance, but you know, nothing to hang your hat on and brag about it too much. Except for that one move Rex Burkhead did. That was nasty. Let's talk about wide receivers. Julian Edelman had that pass. Edelman 6 receptions, 83 yards. Philip Dorsett, 6 receptions, 92 yards, 2 TDs. Probably will be the MVP of the offense. Josh Gordon, 3 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. You got to give them an A, man. You got to give the receivers an A. Again, did their job, well balanced and everything, and pretty good. Tight ends, and also Jacoby Myers, can't forget about him. Tight ends, I mean, Ryan Izzo, 1 catch, 3 yards. He had a penalty. I give them, they did a decent job running a tad bit. I give them a C, average. I ain't expect too much of the Titans. We're going to skip that. Offensive line, man. If I had to get a grade for the offensive line, I got to give them a B+. Again, we don't have David Andrews at center, so when Marcus Cannon got hurt and why it's so big, we have to move Joe Thuney, our left guard, to the outside. So really the only inside guard that had experience is Shaq Mason. We have Ted Karras, who's the center, and we had Isaiah Wynn, who's this his first game. I had to give the offensive line a B+. Did a pretty good job towards the end after he got Marcus Cannon got injured, kind of tail it off, but you expect that. Defensive line, I'm giving them a C+. They did a pretty okay job. Wish we could have finished those sack-ish plays that we got to Roethlisberger instead of him able to get out, run around a little bit, or was able to throw the football again. I know Roethlisberger's one of the hardest people to bring down the pocket, but still got a job to do, still got to do it. Linebacking core, going to give them a B+, man. I'm sorry, I'm going to give them a B, I should say. Jamie Collins did his thing, man. Dante Hightower did his thing. We were swarming them on the running game and everything, so did a pretty good job. In the secondary, I'm going to give them an A-. Stephon Gilmore, a couple holding penalty, unacceptable. Jason McCourty, man, got beat a couple times by James Washington, but he was still able to bump the route a little bit, make enough of a difference where him and Ben Roethlisberger was out of sync. And Devin McCourty did a great job sealing the interception. So secondary to A-. Kicking game, they get an A. Get an A. It's nothing to hang your hat on. So going into Miami, I feel like we're going to win this game. I will probably have another video talking about going into that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. A dominating performance. Not much to say. Let me go ahead and look at the conversation before I head out. Pat Stevens, I've read that. Steelers not converting that 4th and 1 to second quarter probably ended the game. Yeah, it probably did, but they were down 17-0, so they had to do it. And again, they just didn't convert. Yep, Brady fell off the cliff, LOL. But yeah, I'm not going to hold you guys up too much. Again, I have work in about a few hours, so I'm going to go ahead and get some sleep. It's been a long day. And again, the Patriots 1-0, a dominating performance. Nothing else more you can ask for them. So again, without further ado, like the video, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And I hope you guys have a great night, great day, great week tomorrow. And be on the lookout for more videos again. Catch you next time, y'all. Peace.